Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and I don't really have a topic here for a Monday's video. Just, yeah, kind of a winging it moment. Um, Honestly, it's this election cycle has left me with just rage and disappointment in humanity. It honestly has. I mean, the way I've seen people be has just, yeah. It's like, are you serious? This is where we're at as a society. This is who we are now, apparently. I see so much bullshit and double talk out of these same people. You know, I call myself a Christian, but I don't believe in every part of my religion. At least not the parts that, are the good parts. Treat people with kindness. Be a good person. No violence. But, yeah, they really don't care. I see it far too often. And it's just. I've been an atheist for a while now. Mainly, I've seen no valid proof of an existence of a higher being. None. But now I'm even more disappointed, especially in Christianity, because I watch the followers and they don't adhere to the teachings in their own gospel. I wonder if Dr. King ever felt like this, because he talked about the way some white preachers behaved. But I think it was mostly dealing with, though, some of the white preachers in the South. Yeah. They And it's like they walk hand in hand with these neo-Nazis and racists and misogynists. Honestly, I'm at the point in my life where I hear the name or the term Christian, and to me, all it means is someone who's self-righteous and selfish. I don't It don't really have the connotation of a good person, of a kind person. And then, not just Christians, you look at some of the other groups of Trump. And those who put him in power. Like I said, the racists, the neo-Nazis, the misogynists, those who gladly use their forms of hate and believe they are now free to do so. Because it, you know, it's what Trump believes, so he will protect them. And that they will own the libs. You're not owning anybody. All you're doing is taking a shit in the street and then walking away. You know, it's just a mess someone else has to clean up. It baffles me how we did not learn our lesson after the first term. But there is one more part. There are people who were still seriously financially struggling. And still are. And I have news for you. What Trump has in plan with these tariffs and everything, that ain't gonna fix it. It's gonna make it worse. Because it passes on the cost to sales companies here in the U.S. And to try to keep themselves in the black, they will pass the costs on to you. It ain't the other companies or the other countries necessarily that are going to be paying these tariffs. Because if there's certain goods that only they have, it's just going to make them exorbitantly high. There's a reason tariffs were very, very rarely used before Trump. Because back in the 1800s, early 1900s, we used tariffs a lot, and we learned, yeah, that don't fucking work very well. But here we are again. Yeah. And also, I think a big number of people who voted for Trump were either A, misinformed, or B, uninformed. I mean, I literally saw a video where a girl claims Biden was the one who ended a woman's right, women's health, abortions and stuff, because it was taken out during his term. Just because it happens under their term doesn't mean it was something they had control of. Any historian, any economist could tell you this. Just because something happens under somebody's term doesn't mean it's their fault. But one thing we know about the citizenry, a lot of them are so uninformed or misinformed, all they can tell you is, this is what I am experiencing. Yeah. And what did the Democrats, the dumbasses that they are, do? This is the fault of the left. And they used Wall Street as their gauge on whether the economy is doing better or not. So they're wanting to go further right. They're already in the fucking center. Many of us would say just right of center, but they're wanting to go further right. No, that don't fucking help you, dumb dicks. You're yeah. Why would they vote for you if they want right-wing policies? They'll vote for the Republicans. As bad as their policies are, they will still more than likely vote for that. Even though voting for that at this point is voting for fascism, is voting for the dictator. I'm not being hyperbolic here. I'm not pretending, making shit up. Many of the things they want and say are the same type of things Hitler would want and say. Yeah. I've tried to express this to y'all several times. He's already said he wants to be a dictator on day one. He wants a military loyal to him like Hitler's military was loyal to Hitler. Go out and beat them up. He don't mind if it's just right wing phrasing over and over and over, and the speakers he gets at his events are further right. You know, grandfathers, great grandfathers, they fought in World War II against people very much like this, Hitler and Mussolini. Lord knows those who died doing that fighting are rolling in their fucking grave. Yeah. Here we are. Donald Trump, president again. Because of stupid. Because of hate. Because of the misinformed, uninformed. Yeah. I can kind of forgive you if you're misinformed, uninformed. It isn't necessarily your fault, but the rest of it, that's not forgivable. You know, we kept saying, and I've made the point several times, Antifa. What does it mean? Anti-fascist. Like, pretty much soldiers who fought and died in World War II to fight the fascists, Hitler and Mussolini. But instead, we get a further right lean. Oh. My heart goes out to those who struggled. I understand that plight. experience. It's not fun to reach down into your pockets and pull out lint, no money. But those who voted him in because they know he will allow hate groups to do what they want, those who voted him in because he's willing to allow their religious groups to get what they want, as he has given them abortion being banned. He can cry that, oh, I was sending it to the states. You knew what was going to happen. What you were doing was setting it up so abortion would be banned. You know good and well what you were doing. Those who are happy that he'll probably send Israel even more weapons, even more power, to continue their genocide and their aggression in the Middle East. Yeah. All we can do at this point is move forward. Like I said, there's a lot of disappointment in a lot of groups I have. And there's also a lot of rage I have. I rage at Trump. I rage at the vileness he brings. And I rage at the evil he allows. And honestly, there needs to be a pushback to create new political parties, new political avenues, new ground up, built from the ground up resolutions to bring information to the people and change their minds, and to help whom we can help. Just today, I went to Subway to get a sub and subs for family members. So I was picking up multiple subs. And it was quite busy when I arrived. Multiple people in front of me. And I was standing there for a while, and eventually an older gentleman comes in and he stands behind me, and I'm like, please, sir, go in front of me. He's like, no. I'm like, please. I mean, if you ain't got much, I've got quite multiple orders to get filled. He's like, thank you. I'm like, no problem. because honestly, it's the right thing to do. You shouldn't expect anything in return. You do what's right because it's right. You know, while none of the candidates, well, none of the mainstream candidates, Trump or Harris, neither Democrat nor Republican was about to help the Palestinians in Gaza. Whoever won, that was going to continue. So I understand why there was such a holdout of votes over that. But in the end, it did little to nothing. It wasn't going to change the results one way or the other. And now we've got Trump as the keyhole to stuff even worse happening not just in Gaza, but here. Again, I understand why they did it, and I will not blame them, but the fact is, we do now have serious issues to deal with, even more so than was before. But in the end, this moral I'm trying to make is I allowed the elderly gentleman in front, like I said, because it was the right thing to do. And I tried to vote for the best candidate who would cause the least damage, which was Kamala, but it did little good. So what we need at this point is a change from the ground up. We need a system that helps everyone. It isn't immigrants coming across causing inflation, forcing you to pay more. They're not holding their boots to your neck. Most of them are struggling and just trying to get by. They're not the evil. The evil is the rich, the corporations, and those who willingly do their bidding. They are the one who have the money and the power that pull the switches that command how things go. The grocery store shouldn't ask you at the register if you want to donate $5 to hurricane relief, to disaster relief, to feed the hungry. From what I've just heard, you've made a several $1,000,000 profit just this month alone. But you ask those who are using food stamps, those who are using coupons, if they want to donate, why don't you fucking do what's right and donate some of your excess gains? That extra $300 million a year you get, you could use about 200 million of it to say, hey, because it's fucking right, we are going to send food, to send aid, and send money to help the hungry, to help those in need. Yeah. Anyway, guys, like I said, I didn't really have a scheduled video. I just kind of wanted to talk to y'all from the heart. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I know there will probably be smart Alex that'll say, where's your sources? Again, this was from the heart. This is stuff we already know. It's out there. Matter of fact, why don't you get off your lazy ass and look it up? Anyway, until I see y'all on the next one. Until then, later.